Hey everybody, this is Kodak here, and I just got back from the Dragon Ball Super demo event. I'm sorry about the quality of the audio. I'm trying to get this up in a hurry, so I'm just going to do this in one take, and I'm going to try to get it in. The Dragon Ball Super card game is one of actually a number of trading card games that Dragon Ball has tried to have. Like, there was the one by Panini, there was another one that was by Bandai that was basically a copy of their, at the time, Naruto card game. So, there's also apparently a version of this out in Japan. However, it hasn't been doing very well, so a lot of the things about this game were actually changed in order to release it in the United States. Now, it has actually a lot of rules that are similar to Duel Masters, in that you play any card from your hand face down as a resource card. You have shields, you get 8 life points that are the top 8 cards of your deck, and when all those are gone, you lose. A lot of the mechanics are similar. It also has a couple from Force of Will and Vanguard. I'm going to explain it as I go. Now, they gave you 2 hero cards. You have the green Son Goku, which came with the demo deck, and the blue Son Goku, which was given to you as a promo card. Now, what your leader card is it's basically your avatar, it's your J-Ruler, it's your Vanguard, it's however you want to put it. This is the character that your opponent is trying to attack to deal damage. So, what happens is, your character has a base power, just like any of the other characters or battle cards in the game, and your opponent tries to attack you, and if they manage to meet that number, then they deal damage to you, and you have to draw one of your life cards. Ties go to the attacker, so these 2 Son Gokus would essentially wail on each other, assuming you don't use any boosts. So the green Son Goku is very aggressive. The demo decks were really, really aggressive. I'm guessing in order to have a full 8-life battle that could end really, really quickly. I don't know if it quite gave me a strong impression of the card, but this Son Goku basically embodies that with his ability of Double Strike. Now, Double Strike means that when Son Goku successfully damages an opponent, they take 2 damage instead of 1, meaning they draw 2 of their life cards instead of 1. And the blue Son Goku has an ability that it gains, when he attacks, he gains 1,000 power for each card in your energy zone, and that is the cards that you have played face down from your hand as resource cards. Now, something that is interesting about these cards is they have an ability called Awaken, which is when you are at 4 life or less, so essentially halfway down your life, you draw 2 cards and you flip them over to their Awakened form. In the case of Green Goku, we get Super Saiyan God Son Goku. He keeps his Double Strike ability, but he gains 5,000 power, and whenever you attack with him, you draw cards. So, yeah, card flow in the early game isn't great, but once you flip this guy over, you draw the 2 cards, and then every time he attacks, you draw 1 more, your card flow goes up tremendously. So, there are benefits to letting yourself get down to 4. Like Vanguard, there are lots of abilities that activate when you have taken some damage. And Son Goku Blue evolves into the very, very shiny Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku. Kind of funny, red is normally the card you would think of as the aggressive color. In this game, I think it's actually blue because of this new standard setup. Now, Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku is a bit more complicated, and in the demo event, he actually wasn't very useful because the demo decks are so aggressive. Now, he also gets plus 5,000 power. You also draw a card whenever he attacks. He still has his ability where he gains 1,000 power for each energy you have in play when he attacks, but the quirk he has is that if you have 7 or more energy cards in play, he can attack twice per turn, and each time, the buff to his attack power lasts the whole turn, so he can basically buff himself twice when attacking twice. I don't think we ever actually got to 7 energy cards. I think the highest I got was 5, and that was an anomaly because of just how aggressive the demo deck was. I find it kind of funny as a result that it says coming soon on him. It's like, it's coming soon. It's talking about the card game, but it's like, my special attack is coming soon. As soon as I get that monstrous 7 energy in play, my special attack is coming soon. So that's a look at the leader cards. Now, the deck itself was blue and green, and as far as I can tell, there is also going to be red, purple, and black. Sorry, orange fans, I think you might be left out. But blue contains basically a lot of your vanilla beaters. So we got Son Goten and Trunks, who are essentially exactly the same card. Both of them cost 2, which means you have to tap 2 of your energy cards to play it, and there's a little blue dot on each of them, which says that one of those cards must be blue. Both of them, 15,000 power gives us a bit of our power scale, which is backed up by Vegeta, who is 3 for 20,000 power. Very basic blue beater. You get 2 of each of these cards in the deck. You only get 1 hero card, but you get 2 of each of the other cards in the deck. So I'm showing off 1 of each, but and it's a half deck, so if you wanted to mix 2 of them together, all of the commons and stuff, then you got that. The most powerful card in the deck is Mighty Striker Son Gohan. Cost of 4, 1 minimum blue. 25,000 power, which means it is 10,000 points above even the awakened forms of a lot of these characters, and he also has double strike like the god Goku. And I don't think I mentioned boosting, but the idea of boosting is, or they call it a combo in this game, is there's a number on the side here. Now, Son Goten has a 0, so for 0 cost, normally you'd have to tap energy. He can give Mighty Striker Son Gohan plus 5,000 power when he attacks, and it's a little bit like the defend cards in Vanguard. Although you can also play these cards when you attack. Son Gohan increases by 10,000 points, but you have to pay 1 in order to do it. And there are some other cards that have some effects. You can play as many boost cards as you want when you attack or defend. So very basic. And now let's get into the green cards. We have Slasher Trunks, another very aggressive card. He is power 10,000, which means he is enough to get over Son Goku in the early stages of the game for his 1 cost, but he can only attack the leader cards. He can't attack other battle cards, so a very aggressive card. And something interesting they did with Slasher Trunks is they gave him an evolution, Implacable Trunks. He evolves from any form of future Trunks. Kind of makes me wonder if you can evolve an Implacable Trunks into an Implacable Trunks. Normally he costs 4, minimum 2 green, but if you place him on top of another Trunks you have in play, which works very well for this Trunks, because if Son Goku has flipped over, then he can't get over, you pay it for 1 less. He also gets Double Strike. A lot of characters in this deck get Double Strike. Revenge, which means that if he loses the battle as the defender, then he basically takes his opponent with him, and if you evolve him from Slasher Trunks, you get to take a card from your discard pile and put it back into your hand. All in all, very good. Furious Yell Vegeta, also double strike, 4 cost, 20,000 power, so a bit higher than Implacable Trunks. He has the ability to, you can ditch one of your life cards, basically take 1 damage and throw it into your discard pile to destroy any 1 card on the field. That's pretty cool. It's especially nice because there's a strategy where your opponent just leaves you at 5 life to keep you starved of cards and the ability to awaken, and if you use this ability to go down to 4, you can awaken immediately. You can actually awaken pretty much any time you're able to, like in response to your opponent attacking you on their turn. It's kind of crazy. Energy Power Gotenks, another good card. 3 power, 15,000, a bit under par, but whenever he attacks, not if he successfully does damage, your opponent has to discard a card. It's when he attacks the leader card. Son Goten, Family of Justice. 2 costs, both must be green. 10,000 power, a bit below par, but you're going to be using him to combo with, because for 1 cost and plus 5,000, he also pings an enemy and destroys a battle card with a power of 3 or less. An energy cost of 3 or less, he can ping it when used as a boost. Trunks, Protector of Children. There are 4 Trunks in this deck, so that means you get like 8 Trunks in the deck. What he does is, if you're playing as a green hero that is currently at less than 4 health, so basically if you've awakened, he actually gives you 10,000 power for free, and you draw a card. This is going to be a staple in any green deck that is ever made. But then, sadly, we get to the block cards. Human Shield Krillin and Son Gohan, Family of Justice. And blocker cards are just a joke. I mean, you can kind of see how much of a joke it is. They literally refer to Krillin as Human Shield Krillin, and it's the moment right before Frieza makes him explode. Blocker cards, in case you haven't noticed, are below the power curve, meaning that they cannot really effectively block cards of their own power, and in fact, Human Shield Krillin is so useless, he can't even attack an unflipped leader card. Blockers are a joke, especially since, from what I can tell, when a blocker successfully blocks and overwhelms the attacker is not actually destroyed, if what I read on the rules is correct. Honestly, these characters, I'm not saying that you need to have characters with blocker be on par unless they can't attack, because otherwise they're just better versions of vanilla cards, but if they had just plus 1,000 power, so that if I dropped a boost on him, it could stay in play longer after playing 1 defend, because 1,000 points really isn't that much to sway anything. But yeah, defenders are I hope they fix them. And finally, we have the special cards. These are basically your spell cards. Family Kamehameha, 1 energy must be green to destroy an opponent's cost 2 or lower battle card. So, yet another thing that makes these poor defenders a joke. There are other cards like this. There are apparently some that can actually stop a battle from happening. So, like I said, the starter deck I got, I don't know if I got the best impression of the game. I know how to play it now. I actually managed to get them to sneak me another deck in case I want to get Kingfire on here for a game. But the game, because of just how aggressive the deck was, I don't know if I really got a good feel of how the game really goes. I mean, there were some interesting cards, but at the same time, because the demo deck is all about beating each other senseless, I don't know if I really got a sense of how good the game is or how the adjustments they've been making have made it a better game. I can get Kingfire on here to maybe do some gameplay if you guys want, but that's a look at the Dragon Ball Super card game, and until next time, this is Kodak signing off.